Namaskar. This is Professor Ripu Ranjan Sinha, Professor in Information and Communication Technology, Promoter United Nations Sustainable Agenda 2030, African Union Development Agenda 2063, Uganda Development Agenda 2040, and India Growth Index India at 75. As a development consultant, Republic of South Sudan, and the Director General Council for Sustainable Peace and Development, under the promotional series of the bilateral relationship between the various countries of the government of India. This is our second programs where we are promoting the India and promoting and emphasize on the relation of the India and Uganda relations, bilateral relations between India and Uganda. So let us start before starting this bilateral relationship source and information that which is already published by the Ministry of External Affairs websites, that India Uganda relationship. So political part of that, India and Uganda share historical relations spanning over a century. India first come to Uganda in the beginning of 20th century. India freedom struggle inspired by the earlier Ugandan activity to fight colonizations, and eventually Uganda achieved freedom in 1962. India established its diplomatic presence in Uganda in 1965. During the region of the president, in early 70s, around 16,000 Indian PIO were expelled. Moreover, after the coming into power at 1986, President Jan Everi Kanguta Mosami invited them back. Several progressive steps like restoring property seized from PIO encouraged many of those Indians to come back and make a fresh start. Relations between India and Uganda over the years have acquired a greater depth and breadth in areas such as political, defense, economic, commercials, culture, educational, health, and tourism. These are to name a few. Various visits happen between India and Uganda. So from India, high-level visit, Prime Minister paid a state visit to the Uganda in October 1997. During his visit, he met the president of Uganda and also unveiled the worst Mahatma Gandhi at the source of river Nile in Jinja, where Gandhi ashes were immersed. Prime Minister visited Uganda in 2007 to attend the 20th Commonwealth meeting of the head of the government. Vice President visited Uganda on transit July 2011. A parliamentary delegation led by Honorable Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Mayor Kumar, attended to 126th Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union in April 22. Vice President of India visited Uganda in February 2017. He called up the president of the Uganda and held meeting with the vice president of Uganda and speaker of the Ugandan parliamentarian. He addressed a business event and paid floral tribute at the bust of Mahatma Gandhi in Jinja. He also met the Indian community at the reception hosted by the High Commissioner. At invitation of the president of Uganda, PM Sri Narendra Modi undertook a state visit to Uganda in July 2018. He had one-to-one discussion with the president of Uganda, followed by delegation level talks and a state banquet hosted to his honor. He also addressed a large gathering with 10,000 plus members of Indian community in Uganda and unveiled a vast Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. PM and Ugandan president jointly addressed a business event. The last, but perhaps the most important element of PM visit to Uganda was his address to the Ugandan parliament, which was telecast live in India and many African countries. This was the first time that the Indian PM addressed the Ugandan parliamentarian, a singular honor conferred on him. In his historical speech, PM inter alia outlined India's approach to the Africa and related our commitment to engage with the continents. Ministerial level, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Sri Ghulam Nabi Azad visited Kampala in March 2013 to chair the 22nd Executive Committee meeting of Partner in the Population Development (PPD). EM accompanied by the high-level delegation visit Kampala in April 2013 for the bilateral meetings and to chair the regional Homes Conference to Sub-Saharan African countries. Ministry of Health and Family Bear, Minister of Social Services for Rural Development, Sri Sudarshan Bhagat visited Uganda in July 2015. As a PM speech invite to extend invitation to the President and Foreign Minister of Uganda for IAF's third. Especially from the Uganda high-level visit, Ugandan President General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni visited India twice on the state visit, October 1992 and April 2008, and once officially in October 2015 to attend third India-Africa Forum Summit. He has visited India 4 times in a private capacity. Mr. Edwin Saxwide, Vice President of Uganda, attended the 9th CIE Exim Bank Conclave held in New Delhi in March 2013. He again visited India in March 2018 to participate the 13th CIE Exim Bank Conclave on the India-Africa Project Partnership in Delhi, where Uganda was the guest country. He also traveled to Mumbai to address the Uganda-India Investment Conference. He also met the Vice President of India. Dr. Renuka Ruganda returns. Honorable Prime Minister of Uganda visited India in March 2017 to attend CIE Exim Bank Conclave on the India-Africa Project Partnership. He also called on President and Vice President. Honorary Speaker of Parliament of Uganda led a 13-member delegation to New Delhi to attend 7th meeting of Women Speaker of the Parliament held on New Delhi in October 2012. Ministry visit, especially Uganda Foreign Minister Honorable Sam Kokutasa visited India in the July 2014 as the president elected on the 69th UNGA and was the first African foreign minister to be received by Honorable Prime Minister and External Affairs Minister after the new government took over in May 2014. Engineer Line Molini, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, visited India in December 2016 to attend Petros 2016. Honorable Minister Simlangyo Dingunja, State Minister for the Energy, visited India in September 2018 to represent Uganda in the first General Assembly of Indian Solar Alliances. Mr. Salah Opendi, State Minister of Health for the General Duty, visited India in September 2018 to participate in Mahatma Gandhi International Sanitation Convention. Honorary General Swanson Affair, Ministry of State for the Internal Affairs in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Uganda visited India to participate in the Africa Day celebration during the vibrant Gujarat Summit held on 19 January 2019 in Ahmedabad. In the same times, Professor Ripu, under the chairmanship of Professor Ripu Ranjan Sinha, with the joint ventures India Africa Knowledge Consortium launch, Africa India Asia Africa Development Council launch, and by the Innovation Society of India and in association with the Council for Sustainable Peace and Development, and they invited various Ugandan delegates for the award of excellence in the various disciplines at Hotel Ramada, New Delhi. And they awarded lots of enlisted and delegate work performed by Ugandan delegates. In the same time, and 2021, we are also inviting that's the India-Uganda Development Summit. So, Honorable Ministry of Energy, Iran Molay participate in the Petras of 2019 held on the New Delhi from the 10th to 12th February 2019. Honorable Ministry of State, Ren Ruth Essence attended the preparatory meeting of the Global Fund 6 Replacement 2022 held in New Delhi from the 7th to 8th February 2019. Honor Agri Henry, Ministry of Works and Transport of the Uganda, visited India to participate in the 14th CIE Exim Bank Conclave 17 to 19 March 2019. A 6-member delegation of Parliamentary Commission of Uganda, led by Honorable Kessi Rachiman Bawara, Parliamentary Commission visited India from the July 6 to 13, 2019. In addition to the visit, several delegations of MP and high-ranking officers of Uganda have visited India for the to boost up bilateral relations between India and Uganda. So bilateral cooperation and association concerned took the visit of Prime Ministers of India to Uganda in July 2018. MOU agreement on the bilateral defense cooperation, exemption from the visa requirement for the official and diplomatic passport holders, cultural exchange programs, and establishment of regional material laboratory in Uganda were signed. PM announced 2 lines of credit for construction of bilateral lines and substation worth 141 million USD and agriculture and dairy production for the 64 million USD. It was also decided that the India will set up Mahatma Gandhi Convention Heritage Center at Jinja, where the essence of Mahatma Gandhi were the immersed. So we must be very inactive for the establishment of the Mahatma Gandhi Convention and Heritage Center at Jinja, where essence of Mahatma Gandhi were immersed. Additionally, training of Uganda People Defence Force in various Indian Army training institutions will also announce further financial support for East African communities, which is currently chaired by the Uganda, was announced. India also announced donation of vehicles for the Ugandan People Defence Force and for the civil use of the Ugandan government. Badminton cancer therapy medicine to Uganda Cancer Institute, NCERT books for the school going children for the Uganda, and solar powered irrigation pump to help the development of the agriculture. During the visit of Vice President of India to Uganda, India announced donation of 2 million worth of medicine and 1 million worth medical equipment. So, India engagement with Uganda has been consultative, responsive based, and focused on developing Ugandan capacity and human capitals. Following the first Indian Africa Forum Summit in 2008, Uganda was nominated by the African Union to host the India Africa Institute of Foreign Trade, one of the 5 institutes offered by India at the Pan Africa level. The institute will also impart world class training in the international business management, develop entrepreneurial skill, and promote its research in the foreign trade. The Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, that is IIFT, and is the India implementing agency for the IAIFT. At the second India Africa Forum Summit 2011, it was decided that the food processing business incubation center will be set up in Uganda. The center will provide support to the local entrepreneurs by enhancing their skill in food processing and acquaint them with the latest technology and equipment used in the industry. This would lead to creation of additional jobs. From the rural youth, modality for the setting of the center are being worked out by the implementing agency, International Crop Research Institute for the semi-arid topics, ICRI, SAT, Hyderabad, and National Agriculture Research Laboratory, Kawanda. At IF2, India also offered, among other things, 8 material testing laboratory for the highway MTLH, Intergovernment Authority on the Development IGAD, and the Economic Committee of Central African State decided to locate on MTLH in Uganda. The laboratory will significantly contribute to the road development within the region by providing for the material testings facility for the soil, aggregate, bitumens, and cement concrete material for the road sector. The Indian Academy of the Highway Engineers, which is implementing agency of MTLH, is also undertaking related training course for the local engineer to ensure that facility continue to run smoothly and independently. MOU for setting of MTLH was signed between two sides in July 2018 during the visit of the PM India to Uganda. In addition to the above 3 institutions, a telemedicine center and tele-education center was set up under the Pan-African E-Network project. A telemedicine center was set up of the Majlur Hospital, where several diagnostic equipment such as ECG, X-ray, and ultrasound, etc., were set up as a part of the project. The center is connected to 11 reputed Indian hospitals to ensure world-class medical consultation and treatment for the patient and medical education for the student. A tele-education center were set up at the Macquarie University, where the initiative have helped Ugandan access medical care and education from India using technology. This center were inaugurated in August 2010 by the Foreign Minister of the both country. The first ever foreign office consultation between India and Uganda were held on 20th April 2018. in Kampala, where issues of bilateral region and global importance were discussed. India is seen as a destination for the quality and affordable education by the Ugandan. The government of India offered scholarship and fellowship to the Ugandans from the government and private sector to enable them to pursue undergraduate, postgraduate, and research courses in India. Training courses highly specialized area are also conducted. India also conducted training course for the Uganda defense personnel, an Indian army training team led by brigadiers and consisting of two colonels and one group captain is situated at the Indian Ugandan Army Senior Command and Staff College, Kimka, since February 2010 to assist in the training of the senior officer of the Ugandan Armed Force. As estimated, 600 Ugandan students are presently studying in Indian university. Over the year, hundreds of Ugandans have studied in Indian college and university, including many Ugandan ministers, high-ranking government officers, and after franchisee and ISBS University in Kampala, where about Indian education even closer to Ugandan. So annual bilateral trade activity is the value of the US billion. So in 2015, 568.53 Ministry of Commerce Government of India, Bank of the Uganda 994 Ministry of Commerce and like that they given the Bank of Uganda. Uganda is a beneficiary of duty free tariff preference DFTP scheme DFTP scheme of the India for the least development country. Major items of Indian export to Uganda include pharmaceutical product, vehicle, plastics, papers and paperboard, organic chemical. Major community of import from Uganda to India are edible vegetables, certain roots and tubers, coffee, tea, meat, spices, wood and articles of the wood, wood charcoal, cotton, essential oils, and coca and Cuba preparations. Regular engagement between the private sector in India and Uganda has deepened the involvement of Indian business in Uganda. So a double taxation avoidable agreement between India and Uganda is also since effort for the 2004. So commercial will visit and eventually the commercial part of that between India and Uganda. Uganda International Medical Lab UIML Expo held in the month of February 2016 in the Kampala. Uganda organized by Nexon exhibitor had associated as a co-organizer. A buyer's fair meet by the Engineer Export Promotion Council was organized in Uganda in the month of March 2016 to enhance trade between India and the country of the East African region. A delegation comprising of 18 Indian engineering companies participated in the BSM. A delegation from the Soviet X-ray Association of India visited Uganda in July 2016 and held BSM with the relevant producer Grover and Former. Chemicals and Export Promotion Council of Chemicals, formed by the Ministry of Commerce, Government of India, organized BSM on the dyes and pigments, organized an inorganic chemical including agrochemicals, cosmetic and toiletries in August 2016, where 727 Indian companies had a chance to interact with the more than 30 prominent exporter and manufacturer of the above products. A delegation from 10 companies, hosted by Federation of Indian Export Corporation, FIEO, participate in 20th Uganda International Trade Expo held in month of October 2016 in Kampala. A delegation for the leader sector of India visited Uganda in the month of November 2016 to explore investment and trade opportunity in this sector. A 42 members business delegation led by Mr. Nadeem Penzington, Chief General Manager, Lines of Credit Group, Exim Bank of India, visited Uganda in June 2016 to seek investment opportunity. The delegation met Ugandan government minister agency to explore area of investment at the Indo-Uganda Investment Forum meeting held at office of the Prime Minister in Uganda. A delegation led by Mr. Inder Iqbal Singhal Athwal, former member of Punjab Legislative Assembly, visited Uganda from 2016 to 21 July 2017. The main purpose of visit was to understand dynamics of the business opportunity in Uganda, discuss investment in various sectors with the government and private sector. During the visit, the delegation met the Finance Minister of Uganda, the President of Uganda, Deputy Speaker of Parliament, in addition to other relevant ministers and private sector affairs. Through the interaction with the delegation, the President of Uganda sought Indian investment in agriculture and mineral sector. A delegation of doctors and international head from the various hospitals of India like Apollo, Fortis, VLK, Narayana, Pesi participated in the second Grand Doctor Conference held in Kampala in September 2017 to promote Indian medical tourism destination IMTD. Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Ruganda and Ministry of Health, Honorable Dr. Jane Luthin Assis gave their presence and offer to improve health of Uganda. CIE Exim Bank Regional Conclave on East India East Africa Partners on Development was held in Kampala from 20 to 21 in November 2017, where over 500 delegates attended the conclave from the many countries including India, Tanzania, UK, Uganda, Ethiopia, Mozambique, South Sudan, Japan, and other East African countries. The India delegation was held by the Srimati Rita Titotia, Commerce Secretary, Commerce Secretary, Government of India. The conclave was inaugurated by Honorable President of Uganda, Miss Everi Kongota Moseveni. The conclave facilitated discussion for bilateral economic and business capability. An exhibition was also organized during the event where different companies showcased their product. The validity session was attended by Lieutenant Honorable Prime Minister of Uganda, Dr. Renuka Rwanda, and several ministers from Ministry of Trade, Finance, and Energy. A delegation of leather manufacturers from the India come to Uganda in December 2017 to look into opportunity for investment in the leather sector. Pharmaceutical Export Promotion Council of India organized an Indo-Uganda Pharma Business Meet on 7 March 2019 in the Kampala, where around 14 Indian companies participated. The event was inaugurated by the State Ministry of Health Uganda, representative from the Ministry of Health, National Drug Authority, and pharmaceutical sector in Uganda had meaningful and fruitful interaction with the delegates from India to increase bilateral trade and investment between India and Uganda. And delegation, education delegation study in India team comprised of around 25 members from the Education Consultant India Limited, ITSIL, along with representative of 10 key universities in India, visited Kampala from 17 to 22nd March 2019. The main purpose of the visit was to conduct an education fair in Kampala 18 to 19 March 2019 and to promote Indian higher education in Uganda, especially as a pro vice chancellor of Commonwealth Vocational University. We have already appointed one of the representatives, the Uganda resident, that is Adam Buenja, for the upliftment of the education policy in tune with the President Yoweri Kanguta for the upliftment of the education scenario in Uganda. The fair had registration from prospect Uganda student delegation also visited university and scholar to interact with children and faculty about their program and meeting with the key officials to the Ministry of Education and Sports Uganda. A business delegation comprised of 19 members from the Council for Leather Export, led by Mr. Jakwal Iqbal, Regional Chairman CL visited Uganda from 25th to 26th July 2019. The main purpose of visit was to understand dynamics of the business opportunity in Uganda, discuss investment in leather circuit with the government and private company. During the visit, roundtable on investment opportunity in Uganda and B2B2 meeting was held by supporting Indian trade and investment for the Africa, that we call as CETA, where various people from the leather sector and private association participate and presented their view on investment opportunity in Uganda leather sector. So Indian diaspora, the Indian community present in the strongest and most durable economic and cultural link with Uganda. It is estimated that present there are approximately 30,000 Indian PIO living in India, of which majority are Indian passport holder, remaining hold Uganda, British, Canadian, and other passport. Indian community is mainly concentrated in Kampala and in the town of Jinja. Indians and personnel, especially or Indian origin, play a leading role in a Ugandan economy, especially in the manufacturing, trade, agro processing, banking, sugar, real estate, hotels, tourism, and information technology. For this purpose, here Professor Ripu Ranjan Sinha also launched that the India to boost up the bilateral relation between India and Uganda, and they are also inviting investment proposal for the upliftment of the Uganda under the flagship of the holistic development because by the India Africa Knowledge Consortium, and where you will see lots of projects and lots of information. We are already invited through the indiaafrica.org. For the more information, you may also uh, connect with the Professor Ripu Ranjan Sinha at the website www.ripuranjansinha.in and India www.indiaafrica.org. So, in the cases of the Indian community in mainly concerned in Kampala and in the town of Jinja, Indian play a leading role in the Uganda economy, especially in manufacturing, trade, agro processing, banking, sugar, real estate, hotels, tourism, and information technology. They employ thousands of Uganda and are almost the biggest taxpayer in the country. PIO and NRI are estimated to have invested 1 billion in Uganda in the last 2 decades. Indian national PIO, who constitute less than 0.1% Ugandan population, contribute about 73% of Uganda direct tax. 0.1% of Uganda population contribute about 70% of Uganda direct tax as per statistics of the Bank of Uganda and Uganda Revenue Authority. So, Indian Association and umbrella organization of the Indian community work closely with the High Commission of India for the forthcoming Indian interest. The Indian community organized various cultural events besides celebrating Indian festivals and fairs and institutes. India Day, an annual festival, showcase Indian culture and attract thousands of visitors. The event served to bring together the Indian and Uganda community. The Indian Association organized culture performance on this occasion where popular artists from India are invited to perform. The Indian community engage in philanthropic activities in equal measures. Individuals and company of PIO regularly perform their share of the social responsibility, a share of proceeds from the various events mentioned as here donated to social cause Uganda include spending hard surgery of Uganda children in India, assist Hobson. So especially I, Professor Ripu Ranjan Sinha, like to invite President of the Uganda to be as a chief guest for our forthcoming event, that is the Uganda India-Uganda Development Summit, which is going to held and scheduled on the 1st and 2nd December at New Delhi, Republic of India. And whatever support needed from the Professor Ripu Ranjan Sinha and the entire team of the Asia Africa Development Council, World Academy of Informatics and Management Sciences, and Inform Innovation Societies, India Africa Knowledge Consortiums, and Invest South Sudan's project and lots of investment opportunity projects. I like to share my view and like to request to the president of the Uganda to just provide a valuable chance to work for the upliftment of the Uganda development under the flagships, under the holistic missions of the Uganda Uganda Development Agenda Vision 2040. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Manav. Thank you very much.